Now, down the road, there lives a man I'd like you all to know. He grew a big zucchini for the local flower show.
Help! I'm swimming in zucchini! Well, folks, this is the last of the zucchini. There's not much left. There's a big one. I probably had 3 times this much. We've eaten this much already. I've given away this many. And finally I got so sick of zucchini. I pulled all the plants out. I didn't want any. I'm done with the zucchini until next year, except for these. So today we're going to do a zucchini recipe. We're going to stuff the zucchini with a ground turkey mix, and let's see what happens. I'm going to make this up as I go along. All right, let's get ready. All right, we're going to do some food jazz improvisation here, because I'm going to make this up right here on the camera. So I am not going to parboil. I love my oven. It's telling me it's ready. I'm not going to parboil this zucchini, but we are going to stuff it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a bit off like this. And then, so I've got 3/4. Then I'm going to take a melon baller and I'm going to scoop out the inside of the zucchini. Now, if you don't have a melon baller, you can do this with a teaspoon. It won't be quite as easy because this thing has is sharp, whereas your teaspoon isn't. But it's the same idea. You're just going to scoop out the center, like so. And we're going to save this because we're going to put that in the stuffing. We're going to pile here. Cut off the end. I've never gotten so sick of zucchini as I have this year. I had 4 zucchini plants, and I now have a goal. I went to the county fair the other day, and they did have a zucchini contest, and it's by weight. I had measured mine, and I'm going to post this on my blog, the picture of the biggest zucchini I've ever grown. But I've learned now that I have to weigh the zucchini. The grand prize winner at the fair was 12 pounds, 14 ounces. And I'm going to go for 15. I'm going for the 15-pounder. I am going to get some horse manure and Miracle Grow and everything I can think of to put on that zucchini plant, and I'm going to grow me the biggest darn zucchini you've ever seen in your life.
Go big or go home.
That's right. So, but really, they came early and they came fast. We ate the zucchini flowers. You can eat the blossoms. You stuff them with cheese and things like that. And I pulled the blossoms, so I wouldn't get so many zucchini, but it didn't seem to help. I probably ended up with 30 or more. I took a bunch, about a dozen, down to the soup kitchen. They were very, very grateful. Okay, so there's my 4 little zucchini boats. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the zucchini that I've scooped out, and I'm just going to roughly chop it up. Now, you can put this in a food processor if you'd like. They're noisy and who cares? I can do it with a knife. You don't have to mince them small, but you want them not be these. You don't want them to be these little round balls. You want to get them into fairly coarse dice. Chase them around the board a little bit. Now, when we put this in with the meat, first of all, it's not wasting the zucchini, which is a good thing. And the second thing about it is, when you put it in with the meat, it adds some moisture. So you'll have a nice moist stuffing rather than letting that turkey dry out, which it can. Let's admit it, turkey can dry. So there's my ground zucchini. And I'm going to mix it. Now, I cook for two because it's just me and my husband. You can certainly increase the size of these recipes accordingly. But a normal serving of meat for one person is 1/4 pound. I have a 1/2 pound of meat here. Doesn't look like much, I know. But that's because our eyeballs don't work anymore. We're so used to seeing these large portions when we go to restaurants that we think that's normal. It isn't. So this is a 1/2 pound of turkey, which is good for 2 people. And I'm going to add so much stuff to it anyway that it doesn't even matter. I should have gotten a bigger bowl. Let's get a bigger bowl. So I have a 1/2 pound of turkey. And I'm going to mix in my chopped up zucchini. And I'm going to mix in a little onion. Again, don't try this at home if you don't know how to do this. This is the way I learned to deal with onions from my mother. And so chop them any way you want. This is the way I'm chopping it. She always took advantage, you know, onions are layered, and she took advantage of that. So that's a really easy way for me to get nice chopped onion. I'm going to put in maybe 2 tablespoons. I'm not going to put a lot in, just a little flavor. Okay. Then we're going to add some pesto, which I've made myself. You don't need to make it. I'm first going to, I have 3 tablespoons of pesto here. And what I'm going to do first is put a little bit of this in the bottom of each of these zucchinis. We'll get that flavor in there. So I'm just putting a little bit in. Not even a teaspoon. Just enough to cover the bottom a little bit. You getting that, cameraman? So this is what they look like for now. Now, I'm going to mix this up. Sorry. I'm going to put some breadcrumbs in here as well. Maybe about 2 tablespoons. We're going to mix this up to make our stuffing. So as you can see, it's going to be mostly zucchini and a little bit of meat. And that's the way you want it. Americans actually get way more protein than they need. Now I'm going to add the rest of the pesto to this mix to flavor this. Mix this up some more. My hand's all green. Okay. And now, all we're going to do is scoop this into the zucchini, like so. So you make sure you get a little bit of meat in each one. Oh, it smells so good. I make my own pesto and then I freeze it. I'm big on freezing. I do a lot of freezing. I'll make my own pesto and then I freeze it in ice cube trays, which are a nice round tablespoons. So I know that I had a tablespoon here because I melted these from my ice cube trays. I can show you how to do that later. Okay, so got these things nice and stuffed. We're really going to stuff them good. Ooh, they're all stuffed. Good. Okay. Just pop that on there. So now we are going to top them with cheese and pop them in the oven. As I said, I did not parboil these. The reason I didn't parboil them is because I actually like my zucchini a little bit firm. If you parboil them, they just get so soft. I just don't really like that. This is sliced Asiago. I'm just going to break these up and put them on top. Now I have treated this pan. I've sprayed on some non-stick spray on this pan. So these will not stick, I hope. And this is going to get all nice and melty and gooey. Okay. We're going to pop this in the oven for about 25 minutes and we'll be back. Okay, let's see what's in the oven. I concocted this right there in front of the camera. I kind of had it in my head. Woo! Look at that. Yummy. Oh my goodness. So, 25 minutes have gone by, and in those 25 minutes, I cut up some fresh tomatoes and to make a little fresh sauce. So I have some chopped tomatoes that I've mixed with about a tablespoon of olive oil and some salt and pepper just to flavor it. And I'm going to divide those on the plates. You know, my theory is we have to gild the lilies, so we're going to add a little bit of tomatoes because, well, why not? So we're going to have a little base of tomatoes. Now, if you were eating this with something else, I would say that it'd be one per person. But this is all we're going to have for dinner. And they're fairly small. So we're going to start with one a person, and we'll probably come back for another one. Maybe split it. Actually, maybe I'll just do that. Now, let's see if I can get this out of here. Let's start with this one. Okay. Here we go. That one wants to break. So that's what I was saying. You know, even if I didn't parboil these, a lot of recipes tell you to parboil your stuffed zucchini. They cook so easily, I just don't see the point. I don't want them to be mush. Let's put this one over here. And there you are. Zucchini stuffed with ground turkey and flavored with pesto and topped with Asiago cheese. Enjoy.
We have some carrots and zucchini, some lettuce and zucchini, tomatoes and zucchini and some peas. We have some cabbage and zucchini, some onions and zucchini, some pepper and zucchini and some beef.